Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Q&A session. This time, our guests are from Sonae, and we will be talking about Sonae Contacto. And so, allow me to introduce our guests for this session. And so, we will welcome Maria Inês, and sorry, just one moment to show the names. Maria Inês, Matilde, and myself as the host of this session. So go right ahead, Maria Inês, if you want. You can introduce yourselves and share a little bit about Sonai Contact.
Okay, perfect. First of all, thank you so much to all of you for being here. I'm going to start to present just a presentation, so give me a quick minute. Okay, so are you able to see?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, as I was saying, first of all, thank you so much for being with us during this hour. I'm going to try to be as brief as possible, okay? So, I have the most time to answer all of your questions. To give you a quick introduction, I'm Marina Camelo. I'm part of Sonae Holding and I work as a talent technician. So, if you do have the opportunity to enter the Contacto program, you're going to be dealing with me a lot. With me, I also bring Matilde Lopes. If you want to
Hello.
make a really quick introduction, exactly.
Oh, do you want me to start? Sorry. Hi, I'm Matilde. I work as a project manager here at Sonae MC, but I'm currently as a Contacto Trainee, as most of you will probably be. Thank
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So, what are we going to discuss today? First of all, I'm going to explain a little bit what we're looking for, then provide you a little bit of context of the Contacto journey, then about our recruitment and selection process overview, and then Matilde, which is, like she said, currently Contacto trainee of the program, she's going to give you a little bit overall about her experience. And then, like I said at the beginning, all time in the world for your questions, all of the and provide you with all of the answers you must be looking for. So, starting about what are we looking for? First of all, I think it's important to say that our recruitment is skill based hiring. And now you ask, what does that mean? This means we don't look at your CVs, okay? What we want and what we're looking for is what you yourselves bring to the table. First of all, for us, it's very important your expertise, meaning your skills, your background, what's the way you think, as well with your drive, meaning you're curious, you're looking for new challenges, you're eager to learn, you take initiative, and all this combined with these three aspects, meaning be yourself, ask always. Okay, for most of you, this is going to be your first experience. We know that, so we understand that, and normally the people that tend to grow more are the ones who always eager to learn, always eager to make questions, and always have that availability, that openness. And of course, be impactful. You're here to grow yourself, you're here to try to change things, try to always give your opinions, try to make a difference. Okay, so all of this combined, I'm sure you're going to be more than a suitable, actually a even strong candidate for this program. So, what are you going to find in Contacto? Among a lot of things, I'm going to send out a little bit the ones that you can find here. So, the first one is the access to best leaders. When you enter, you're going to be allocated to a business leader, and all of these people are selected to make sure they have all of the qualities that you need to have to be the best accompanied as you can. Then you have the part of developing competences, and this mean not only technical skills, but as well soft skills. Okay, so we want you to fully develop yourself as maximum as you can. Then you also be in contact with different stakeholders. Something that is important is when you enter Sonae, you not enter just to a business unit, meaning either if you go to MCA, to go to Sonae Sierra, you enter a universe. And throughout your journey, you're going to have an opportunity to be in contact with a lot of different people from a lot of different roles and a lot of different business units. So your network is going to expand in a huge way. And of course, own your journey. This is our motto of the Contacto program. And you'll see in the next slide that you're going to have a lot of opportunities where you are the one who will be choosing your journey. You are going to be the one who is choosing your path. So on your journey is really something that we try to motivate you to do as maximum as you can. So what is the Contacto journey? What is the learning journey? So right now you're currently in recruitment and selection process that I'm going to explain a little bit in the next slide. Then you're going to have, after you enter, you're going to have a contact day, which is the end of the program for the ones that are currently doing, and the beginning for the ones that will beginning next year. So this is a way to exchange experience, for you to understand a little bit what they pass through, expand knowledge. So it's a really good way to start your journey here at Sonae. Then you're starting September, so it's important to say that this is a 9 month internship. So you start in September, and then you end in May in the next year. So when you enter, you'll be allocated to a specific position, to a specific business unit, the one you'll be doing during those 9 months. But your path, it's not just this. So during those 9 months, you're going to be involved in a lot of different type of activities. So we have workshops, we have e-learnings. It's important to say that this overall is about 30 to 40 hours, and you have trainings about really, really different things. You have problem solving communication, you have data analytics, you have in fundamentals of AI. We try to at most do the trainings and workshops you're looking for and does make sense to you. Then you also have a buddy, and it's important to say that this buddy was as well ex-trainee contacts, which means they know what you've been through, they know everything you pass, so that makes them the best person to give you counseling and the best person to help you along the way. Then we also have volunteering, we have a job shadowing where up to 3 days you're going to be able to explore a different area in another business unit. And here you are the one choosing. Okay, so let's say you're in marketing in MCA and you like to, okay, I like to see what it's like to work in data analytics in Sonae Sierra. So you're able to do that for up to 3 days. So here is like I was explaining before, you own your journey. Then you also have the leader talks, which is a way where the leaders from Sonae gives you a little bit of context about inside, even it's about strategy, about sustainability, important themes that is nowadays. Then you also have the hackathon. This is one of our main events. Hackathon is a business case that we'll be developing among the other trainees during 2 days, where you'll be faced to solve a real life problem, a real challenge Sonae group or even FNR is facing today. And like I said at the beginning, the contact today. It's important to say that during those 9 months, you always have a constant follow up, either by the Contacto team, either by the HR or B. So you'll be accompanied along the way. Okay. So about the recruitment process, how does it work? What are the stages? The first one, and I know most of you have already done, and thank you as well for it, it's the online application. After that, you move on to online tests. It takes about 1 hour, and you have a lot of different mini tests. This idea is to test your logical reasoning, your personality, your level of English, among other things. Then you pass to the pitch video. This is only 1 minute. Okay, it's very simple, very quick. The idea is for you to stand out in a way to try to explain what makes your path unique, what makes you stand out the most. Okay, so it's a little idea for us to get to know you a little bit better. Next, we have the assessment days, and it's important to say these ones are presential. We have 1 day in Porto that is going to be in Sinai Campus na Maia, and we also have one in Lisbon that is going to be in World Trade Center in Vorten Carnaxide. It's important to say that you only have to attend to one of these, okay? You don't have to go to Porto and Lisbon. You either go to one or the other one. And it's also important to say that it only takes half of a day, okay? So you only be on the morning shift or in the afternoon shift. Here, just to give you a little bit of context, you're going to have three business case happening: IT, business, and STEM, and you're going to be the one choosing which ones makes interest you the most or go most aligned to your career goals or your career path. Meaning, you can do STEM, you can do business, but it's important to say you can only do maximum two business cases, okay? But it's not mandatory. You only have to do one. If you want to do an extra, it's really up to you and your decision. After that, so if you get the availability to pass to the next stage, you're going to receive a document with all of the opportunities we do have available at the moment. And what does this mean? You're going to choose which ones does interest in you most. And then it comes Meetup Day, which is a full day for you to get to meet the business leaders of the opportunities that interest you the most. So you can understand more about the vacancy, you can understand more and get to know more the person you might work with. And the business leaders are going to do the same. So at the end of this week, you're going to be the one voting. Okay, so my first option is this, my second option is this, my third option is this. The business leaders are going to do the same. And if there's a match, then the opening is yours. And why does it here say last call interview? So imagine that during the meetup day, you didn't have the chance to talk with the business leaders you were looking for. If the business leaders did find you interesting and did find, okay, I really want to talk and have a conversation with this person, they have the rest of the week to do so. So most of cases, if you didn't have the opportunity to do in meetup day, you have during the rest of the week. And that's why the matching process is only after that. Now, giving a little bit of more context because I can speak here a lot, but who's better to speak about experience than Mathilde, that is currently a trainee at Contacto Program. So, Mathilde, now is your time to shine.
Thank you. Hi, it's so nice to be here to represent my path here as a Contacto trainee. This trainee program is like any other that I've seen. It's quite challenging, but it's definitely rewarding. I applied a year ago, and if I went a year back, I will definitely say again to apply again. So, regarding my path, my role here currently is as project manager in store tech and automation. I work in the innovation team, which basically means that it's a bit of a different role, I must admit. I work with a lot of national and international projects. And even though I'm part of the MC Sonae company, I end up working with all of the Sonae environment, which definitely helps with communication connection with the entire world that is Sonae. We have projects with MC, Modelo Continente, and MCH, which is Modelo Continente Hipermercados, in such things as autonomous mobile robots and micro automation, very intense things. We also work with salsa, for example, so completely something that completes so different from Sonai, but it's part of Sonai too, and we end up working with them. We also work with Vorten in their warehouses, how to make it more automated, and we also have projects international where we do things like I like to call it a Google Maps for continent, so that you can literally tell your route and you get a better user experience. So it's a completely, I like to say, it's very vast opportunity. It's a very crazy work that I got into when I got in here, but it definitely gave me a lot of sense of responsibility. And ever since I got in, I got a lot of independency. I was here for a year and no, here no sorry, I was here for a month and a half, and I had to go to a conference in Greece to defend Sona. I was like, "What do you mean? I'm only here for a while." So they definitely put you on the spot, but in a good way because I had to grow a lot to be able to do these things, and now um, I feel way more comfortable to talk to people and to talk about my experience. But more specifically, in the Contacto program, we had the hackathon, which is a very nice experience. It's very challenging, but you definitely get in contact with task leaders and the big bosses, like, and they actually care about what are your opinions and your ideas. So, and you also get a lot of bonding with other trainees, which is because all of you are going through the same. So besides, learning new things, you're also making a lot of contacts with people that are going through the same as you are. The job shadowing, that was really interesting too, because even though my job location is in Porto, my job shadowing was in Lisbon in retail media, which is something that I've always been curious to do, but just never really happened. And it's really good to get that contact. I was there for 3 days. I would talk. It was so random because I would have meetings with people from Disney and completely crazy opportunities that I never thought would have. And the teams are always very helpful. Everybody respects you. Even though you're a trainee, everybody takes you like, no, you're already part of the world of Sonae. You're not just a trainee. I felt that since the beginning. And also, they help you integrate a lot with, like Maria Inês said, with the buddy. I had a buddy who was from the previous year, and it's good because they're like, okay, I know exactly what you've been through. I know it's a lot. It can be a bit challenging. They really do trust you, so you have a lot of responsibilities out the bat. But I would never choose another path than what I've done so far, and I definitely feel like I've owned my journey for the time that I've been here. So I've been really enjoying it. Thank you.
Perfect, Matilda. Thank you so much. Okay, so now it's time to answer all of your questions you have. Okay, there's no wrong answers, there are no wrong questions, so really feel free. And we're here and try to answer the best way we can.
Before that, just a little slider. And we're back. We need to put the slider in. Sorry. So we have a few questions already, and maybe we can start with them. So the first one, sorry, it's in Portuguese, but I'll try to translate for everyone
Mhm.
that is hearing this. So the first one is about progression after Sonae Contacto. So what really happens? I'll try to create clusters of questions. So what happens at the end of Sonae Contacto? So Matilde is ending right now. What will happen to Matilde afterwards?
Okay, so what tend to happen at the end of the Contacto program is you stay normally in the same team as you enter. So Contacto program, our grant is actually of 1,500, which is very competitive among what the market is actually paying. So we're making a huge investment in you guys. So of course we want you guys to stay. We want you guys to evolve. We want you guys to make your journey here at Sonae. So our percentage rate of retention is above 70%, and normally the ones that don't stay is because they go abroad, they go into for a master's. So we really want people to stay, and we want you to become the next leaders of Sonae and of the world per se. Most of the people actually Contacto this year will make 40 years of Contacto. And most of people, a lot of them are still in Sonae, and the positions they're doing nowadays, all of those are positions of leaders. Really, they grew so much. Their path is really unique, and it's just because they've entered through the Contacto program. So the possibilities that it opens, it's really beyond imaginative.
So here another question. Marina, can you see it?
Yes, I
So
will
what?
just stop sharing so I can see.
So the question here, and Matilde, probably you can answer as well. So what makes the difference? Why were you selected and not someone else? So what do you think makes the difference in the best candidates and the ones that are not selected?
Yes, I think you have to be committed. You have to be aware that you will be trust with a lot of things. Like, yes, you are new in this position, but you were capable. You were chosen because they knew you were capable, and you might not even feel like it, but they believe you. People believe in you, and I think one thing that my business leader tells me all the time is like, you have to do it. You might not be able to do it. It might go wrong, but you have to do it. So you have to commit. Go for it. Make mistakes. Don't be afraid. I think that's the what makes you differentiate. Determination, definitely.
And you, Marines, you are part of the selection team. What makes you say this one moves forward and this one does not?
This is hard to answer after Matilde because I was listening to her and I don't have anything else to add. She explained it perfectly. I think it's like I already explained it as well during the presentation that your driveness, your expertise, your willingness to learn, your willingness to be brave and try to do as best as possible and challenging yourself. I think those are the main characteristics that is always valuable through us. We're not expecting, like I was saying, for you to know everything. You're starting. It's normal if you don't, but be open to ask questions, be open to learn. And I think those are really, really important and really valuable for us.
Perfect. Let's move forward. João has asked a question, not really sure what he means. This was his question. I don't know how you understand what he's asking because Sonae Contacto is currently open. But Marines, do you want to answer?
Yes, I was going to say that we do have one open, and it is Contacto Program. So, if you do have an interest, you can apply until 6th of April. If you're always looking for, we also have Sonai offers other programs. We have one from Vorten, Play Your Future, and we also have one from Sierra. So you just have to search and look up for those. But the main one, we like to say the main one is Contacto Program because it's the only one that involves all of the business units from Sonai. So it's a real when you enter one, you enter Sonai group. So it's a really, really good experience and opportunity because of that.
I will give opportunity now for questions from other platforms as well. So we have here one that says, I will soon qualify as a junior lawyer. So I'm especially interested in opportunities within legal compliance and ethics. Does Sonae Contacto offer roles in this area?
Actually, you're lucky because we do. We normally don't tend to have, but this year we have one opportunity for legal, so it's a really good opportunity. And in this opportunity itself, it's actually for Sonai Holding, so it's a really good way to expand. It's a really good way to enter Sonai, especially because it's not very common to open this type of opening. So this is destiny. This is your year and your time to shine, I would say.
I believe, Marines, you already answered this one, but just it's completely clear. One of the questions is about the weight that the average or the university has, the degree that you have. How much does it weigh on your decision? And as you mentioned, this nowadays is skill-based hiring, so not that much, I
Mhm.
would say. So your average in college is important, but only afterwards. In the beginning, you will go through the online tests stage, and all are have equal opportunities. So there won't be a difference over there. Am I
No,
right,
exactly.
Marines?
It's exactly like you said, like I was mentioning in the beginning, it's a skill-based hiring, which means we don't look and we don't analyze your CVs. Your CVs are used, yes, but in a more informative way for the business leaders to get to know a little bit better and prepare themselves a little bit better for their conversations with you. And the average might be used if we need to compare it to people and we're really indecisive. So that can be a measure of evaluation, but only those cases at the beginning it's not analyzed, so you will never be not entering the process because of your average.
So this one is in Portuguese, sorry, but I think it's important also to answer this, Marines. As you mentioned, there are
Mhm.
days that are going to be in person, and so here people, this person is asking about the cost if they need to go from somewhere else to Porto or Lisbon. Do you offer any incentive for the travel?
Okay, so explaining, answering to that question, we do not offer. The only phase we do offer is in the meetup day. So in the last recruitment phase, that is going to be for presential. For the ones are stayed in Lisbon, we do offer a bus to take you guys from Lisbon to Porto. But for the assessment days, it's your own responsibility. About the transport and accommodation if you do need one. The only thing we do offer is we have coffee breaks during the morning shift or the afternoon shift. But regarding accommodation or transport, if you do need something regarding to that, it's your own responsibility.
Okay, this one, balance between personal and professional life. Mathilde, do you have a good life balance?
Yeah, I think so. Especially because I think this is quite common in all teams, but even inside my own team, we also do a lot of hangouts outside the office, which, and this might sound a little bit, I don't know, but when I got in, I was afraid that I wouldn't have that much of a connection with my colleagues because they're not that much older than me, but they're a little bit older. And I thought, oh my God, they're only going to talk about kids. and But actually, we all really get along. I can balance my life perfectly with my outside work job and my outside of work friends. But also here, we do have a lot of like just hangouts outside or little snack breaks, and we went to do a hike a while ago, so we also do a lot of activities, and I think that happens in all teams. We all end up creating a little bit of a bond inside of our teams, and we can definitely do a balance. I feel like I have.
Perfect. Marinês, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I would like to add also because of course, it depends of the team you're located to, and each team is a team, each business unit is a business unit. But overall, most of the opportunities are actually flexible work schedule. Most of them are hybrid. It means your opportunity to do home office, your opportunity to work from the office, and so now it's very flexible. If you do have an appointment, if you have to go, as long as the work is done, most of the teams actually offer that benefit, offer that flex. And I think it's also important to say, of course, it depends where you're located to. It's at any of now I can say that, but we do have opportunities for Porto and Lisbon. And for example, from my professional experience in Maya, I don't know if you ever had the possibility to go to Maya campus, but it's like a whole world in there. You have football court, pitch, you have a paddle court you can use, you have a hair salon, you have not groceries, but you can request groceries for them to deliver you there. So you have Unilab's clinic, so they try to do offer as maximum as you can in order to, even if I have to go to work, I have everything I need and everything that can provide me everything I might need to do my job well and even to help my life at home. So it's, for example, I use a lot of the services there, and I can say it makes my life easier, like a lot easier. For just the grocery shopping, imagine not having to go there and just have it delivered and just take them and go home. It's, they really do have a lot of different benefits in order to try to make your life at home easier, and that's something really valuable to a lot of us that are inside Sanai.
So, Marinês, other questions, I'm going to compile them, lots of the same topic. So, one of the topics is, do you accept bachelors or it's only for masters? You can go right ahead.
Okay, so we do accept bachelors, but you need to have your bachelor finish in the end of July. So if you only think you're going to end in September, unfortunately, you couldn't apply or you won't pass to the next phase.
Okay, so that is one question. The other one is regarding the language of the process. So, because we are speaking in English, there are people asking if the interviews will be done in English as well. And you can answer also another question. People have submitted their CVs in Portuguese, and if that is a problem.
Okay, so if you have submitted your CVs in Portuguese, is not a problem. Most of the business leaders will speak Portuguese. In a case if they don't, they can try to translate. So it's not a problem. Don't worry about it. Regarding the interviews, it depends. We want them to be fully English, but you have some business leaders that maybe they'll facilitate and in Portuguese, but most of them probably will be in English. So it's better for you to count for them being in English. And if you have some that are in Portuguese, okay, even better. But most of them are for sure are going to be in English.
Perfect. So this one, Matilde, biggest challenge. Go back 1 year ago. What do you
Which
think was the biggest challenge you faced during the recruitment stage?
which one should I pick? I'm kidding. I know this. It's challenging. The whole process. It's a lot. I think the interviews were the most challenging. Like when you are preparing for the interview, you like Marina said, you get a catalog with all the options, and it's an options in all of Sonae's companies, so it can be Vorten, MC, SGPS. It's a lot of things. Sierra. You get overwhelmed and you have to kind of. Although you do have a lot of opportunities to have interviews, you don't have to have one, two, or three. You can have like seven if you want. Um, it's how do you differentiate your skills for each of the interview. The interviews are shortly timed. It's like 30 minutes. So how do you make your assets, your skills pop during that time? You can really connect with the people and really, prepare for the interviews that you are going to be sure. Okay, for this one, I need to prepare this, show these skill sets. For this one, show these skill sets. And interview days, it's one day it's in person and the other ones can be online, but the in-person day it's very intense because it's a lot of interviews. So I think that it was the most challenging one that day. I remember it was a lot. It went well, of course, as you can see, but it's a lot. I think that was the hardest part, definitely.
Do you want to add, Marines, something?
No,
No.
I think Matilde spoke perfectly. I have nothing else to add. I think what the part she was saying is when I agree the most is because you have to prepare for each one of them. You're going to meet a lot of different business leaders. Each one is different. Each position is different, and you have to adjust because you're not closed in a box. You have to adjust according to the different type of vacancies and what each person is looking for. And I think that part might be the hardest because most people, they have their pitch trained, they have all of the answers trained, and having to adjust to each specific business leader can really be a struggle. But I think in the end it's really worth it, and I think you have more chances if you do adjust if you don't.
Perfect. We have a really interesting question here. Probably they're
Oh
seeing,
no.
no, probably they're seeing our videos on Instagram or something. No, they're asking about the zigzag careers and how does Contacto promote the zigzag careers. So, interesting question there.
Okay, so something very typical at Sonae, as you might see in our Instagram, Sonae Young Talent. If you don't follow, you should follow. Actually the zigzag careers. And what does it mean? When I entered Sonae, I met a lot of people that were in Sonae for about 30 years, 25, and my first thought was, what do you mean? But why there's people here at 30 years? What is this? So boring in the same company. But then you actually met the person and realize, okay, but it's not 30 years just as an eyes. It was five at MC doing this. Then they went to Sierra. Then they went to Prismar Capital. They went to fitness. So even in the same universe, you're able to explore a lot of different fields, a lot of different areas. That's why we say you really have a lot of opportunities to grow inside. And it even sometimes happen that after your first year of, meaning when it ends your Contacto program, there's a lot of people that actually allocate to other teams. They do mobility. We have, for example, a trainee from last year that she was at MC, and at the end she moved to Olding. So It can take 2 years, it can 3 years. It really depends of what you're looking for and what does make it's more interesting to you. So imagine at the end of the year you can stay in the same team. You might think, okay, I'm ready for a new challenge. What options do we have open at the moment? Because you do have to need to have opportunities available, and then we make that happen. So that's why I say when you enter a specific company to the group, you enter a whole universe with a lot of different options and a lot of different opportunities.
So Gabriela has asked this feedback.
Okay, perfect. So feedback normally goes both ways. I think Mathilde can also speak a little bit from her experience. From our side, we have online form that we do every month. So I can understand how is the experience of all of the trainees going along. Is there anything I can do to improve their day to day? If they're just to understand their experience and to see how much I can make their day even better. Then, along their teams, they normally tend to have feedback. They always have one at middle, more and so, but then it can depends of the team you're located to. There are teams where you have every month. There are teams where it's every quarter. So it really depends of the team you're in. But we always try to motivate and to have that push so the people have constant feedback and they also know what they can do better, what they can do to learn. So that's always our point in our strategy.
Yes, I think I can add that, like Marianne was saying, every month we can give a little review of how the experience is going, and if for any case we are struggling with something and we mention that in the forum, they contact us to meet with us to know if everything is okay, if there's anything they can do to help. We also the entire time have someone from the human resources assigned to us to follow our path, sees everything is okay. So that's how we are followed by more in the human resources part, regarding to so we can give feedback regarding feedback to us. Like Marina said, I think it depends a lot in your team and how you work with your business leader. In my case, I work directly with my business leader, so I end up having feedback almost every week. Every week I have some sort of feedback, but we do have like every 3 months a more formal,
Structure, yeah,
yeah,
firm.
more formal feedback that works both ways. They give me feedback, and I can also give feedback back to be like, oh, maybe I need help in this situation that I'm not fully comfortable yet. So that happens a lot, also. Yes.
So this question I need to answer right now because João has asked by not being here if he is out of the recruitment process. No, he is not. So this session is made for you guys, for the candidates. So this is an opportunity for you because although some of you will meet people beyond Maria Inez and Mathilde afterwards in the next stages, most of you, unfortunately, will not have the opportunity to know people from Sonae because we have lots of applicants and it's the way it goes. And so to be able to give this opportunity to you guys to know a little bit more about the program, what it offers, if it's the right one for you or if it's not, because sometimes this is not a question of volume of the amount of applications that we get. I think Sonai really wants to have the right ones, and so they invest a lot in trying to find out the right applicants within the many that apply. And so, João, no, you will not be excluded by not being here. So, just so you understand, this is all for you guys that are watching, and I hope you make the most of it. So, we are here answering your questions. And Marines and Matilda have been great so far. So I hope you guys make the most of it. So next question, Marines, and I think this one is really it's interesting as well. Lots of people asking about specific profiles, but one in particular, we have several questions about the data profile, data and how is data. What do you have projects within data? How does the data profile enter the Sonai ecosystem at the moment?
Okay, so that's a really great question. I think it's important to say that everybody knows that data is a field that is growing by the day. It's huge, becoming huge. That's why we actually have a business case just directed to that. If you, I don't know if you know what STEM means, but it's more for mathematicians positions, for data. So we do have a business case in the recruitment process just for that. So imagine from the 80 openings we do have, how much of them is for data? A lot of them. So we have data profiles, data engineering, data analytics, business analytics. So I don't know who this person is. I don't know what your field of interest it is, but I'm sure inside the 18 openings we do have, some of them is going to meet your needs. And my suggestion for you is, if you do pass to the recruitment phase of the assessments, do the STEM one, because that one is all focused on data, and probably if that's your field of interest, you're going to be shine better in that one.
So, Marinesh, this one, I know you already answered, but as
Mhm.
people are coming in and going, so how long does the recruitment stage last? And when in September exactly does the program start?
Okay, perfect. So the recruitment process is already open. It ends on the 6th of April. So if you didn't have applied, please do so before it ends. At the end of May, or maybe a little bit early, but at the end of May for sure, you're going to know if you did enter or not, or maybe a few weeks later, it can depend. And then you enter in September. So this is so you have all the flexibility in the world to maybe end your bachelor's and your master's if you are working in another company, so you have time to take some time off. So count with end of May, beginning of June, knowing something, and then starting only in September at the first day. I mean, normally, and really at the beginning of September.
So we have some international candidates as well asking if Sonae Contacto accepts international profiles as well. Marinesh.
We do so, when we actually want to have even more. We already have some. We really have want to have even more. So if you're looking forward to, even this year, we do have an opportunity in Germany, in Utgat, if I'm saying correctly. If I'm not, I'm really sorry. I try. So we've been trying to make more every year, having more and more opportunities abroad, but even for internationals inside. So we do have, we recommend. So if you're interested, please give a chance, and I'm sure it's going to be a good opportunity.
This one is for both of us, Marinesh. So lots of people also asking when can they expect results. If you want to start, I can finish, but go right ahead.
Okay, perfect. So if you already have done the online tests and you're waiting to know for the next phase, we are only going to analyze every people that already applied after the applications closed. So only after the 7th of April, we are going to analyze everyone, so that we can give everyone the same opportunity. So only after that selection will be made. So you can expect 1 week, maybe two at maximum, to pass to the next stage after the 7th of April.
This is more or less, I'm going to answer this one from Lucas as well, because this has to do with that also. So when you look at the online tests, is looking to see what makes the difference. And so this is really an interesting question because this week I received a question that is really unusual because it was someone that was doing the online tests and they already done it some other tests for a different company, and he was asking why he got different results in one company and the other, in this case in yours and the other one. And the question is the profile isn't the same. So Marines knows what we're talking about. So when we launch a program like this, the first step that Marines has to do with us is to prepare the profile of the people that we are looking for. And so the profile is not the same for every company. And so when you do the online tests, what you are doing is you are matching with the profile of the company. And Sonai in this case, really, it's a hard stage because you have lots of tests, and it's good to be like that because they really want to understand your potential. So lots of questions here about hard skills and soft skills, and so I think the best way to explain it is all of us humans are born with a specific hardware, and all of us have software that we acquire during our lifetime. And so, if you imagine your logical reasoning is the way you solve a problem, and that I say won't change. You are given that hardware, but for instance your numeracy, the way you deal with numbers, the way you deal with the with the language, all of that is learned. And so you have different capabilities and you have progression, and the test that Sonai does is exactly to measure this. It's your potential, the potential that you have to grow inside the company. But Marinês, go right ahead if you want to add anything.
No, I think that was perfect, Miguel. I have
Yeah,
nothing to add.
perfect. So people ask when they can. You already answered the results of the test. Okay, it will come afterwards. But then the office location. Where will I be based in? So you have lots of companies within Sonai.
Mhm.
So I think this is not a straight answer. It will depend. But Marinês.
Exactly. It's like you were saying, this is not a straight answer because we do have opportunities in Porto, we have in Lisbon. If it's in Lisbon, it can be in Carnaxide, it can be in Colombo. In Porto, it can be in Maia, it can be in near North Shopping. We even have one, like I said at the beginning, in Germany, in Utgat. So we do have a lot of different locations, but you are going to be the one choosing. So, like I was saying in the beginning, we do have a phase where you're going to receive all of the opportunities we do have, and those opportunities going to be the allocation of the office. So you're going to choose. Okay, I want to go to Lisbon. I want to go to Porto. It does happen a lot having people from Porto going to Lisbon. You have people from Lisbon coming to an opportunity in Porto. Okay, so this one is like I was saying in the beginning. You do on your journey because you are the one choosing what does make sense to you and what am I open to do.
Luana has asked a really interesting question, Matilde. So she asks, what was a skill that you didn't have in the beginning and that you think you are amazing right now?
Okay, definitely public speaking. I think I was okay with it. Oh, and also kind of like negotiation, like not direct negotiation, but in the skill that I'm at, which is project managing. Managing people is not easy. So you have to understand people, see how you can work with them in order for both of us to work together and make the best for the project that we're in. So that's how I call it negotiation. Like, how can I convince you to do this with me? So I think that's one of them. That's the negotiation. And also, like I said, public speaking. Like I said in when I was presenting, that I was here for a month and a half, and I had to go represent Sonai at a conference, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing with a bunch of foreigners. So speaking English is very important, even if we don't do it in the office, you might have to do it eventually, because Sonai it's known worldwide whether it is. So yeah, definitely, I think public speaking and negotiation. Let's say.
Perfect, Matilde. And this one, Marines, haven't received, I didn't receive the invitation for the online tests. Does this mean I'm excluded?
No, not at all. If you didn't receive an email, it's because you're not excluded yet. It's probably your profile is still being analyzed, and I'm sure you'll get to know something soon.
That's perfect. So another one is the assessment day in person. So which days are in person, Marines? Just to clarify, everyone, which stages are in person and which ones are online? Maybe this is
Okay,
best.
so The in-person stage are the assessment days and the meetup day. Okay, the rest of the process is online, but these two stages are in person and they are mandatory, which means if you're not able to attend, you're not able to stay in the process, unfortunately.
What Another question? What does a successful year on the program look like from your perspective? What does success look like?
I
Matilde,
think it's for
your
you, Matilda,
define
exactly.
success. Define success.
Yes. I think I've had quite a successful year. I think, um, besides the opportunities in hackathon, we also have a lot of opportunities in Sonae. I like challenges, and I like competition. So I've done some of the competitions in Sonae, and I've actually won of one of them. So for me, that's a win. Um, I feel like the projects that I'm invested in are having positive outcomes. I feel like I'm actually doing things with value, which depending on your job can vary from many different things. I think in my case is finishing a project with good results and with things that are forward, especially because I work in the innovation department. So like, how can I always think forward? How can I challenge people? How can I make them want to do more for the project that we're in? And I feel like I'm doing that. And besides that, also besides the more professional part, also having a good relationship with people. Like I have a good relationship with my team. I also have a good relationship with the other trainees. So I think those are all different ways to measure success in the program.
Perfect, Matilde. Marinês, is Sonae Contacto fully on site or does it operate on a hybrid model?
That depends on the vacancy. Like I was saying, every team is a team, so we can diversify, but in most cases it's hybrid model.
Okay, perfect. So we are at the final stage of this Q&A. If you have more questions, you can place them here. For sure, there were lots of questions that I wasn't able to show, but as we have 5 more minutes, I would like to ask Mathilde about her experience on the photo shoot and being the face of the program as well. How do you see yourself in that role? Was it important? Do your friends and family talk about it? And also, we cannot avoid that question, and this one is for you, Marinesh. What does it mean to be here on the fourth year of Sonae Contact? So, you first, Mathilde. How do you feel about being the face of Sonae Contact?
Um, I think it's fun. Marines always invites me to these kind of things because she knows I will say yes. I wanted to be a model when I was a kid, so what can I say? I think it's good that they actually put people from Contacto representing the Contacto. And it's fun because I got to hang out with some of my colleagues that I work in MC, but sometimes they in Matosinhos, but sometimes they work in Maya, and there were also some people from Lisbon, and we all know each other. So it was nice to have that time to just hang out a little bit, and take some photos and pretend like we're playing paddle and get photos. And I get my friends and family send me the Instagram reels all the time, like every time,
Perfect.
or LinkedIn. I've had people from other departments sending me the link, and I'm like, please stop. Enough, enough. It was
Perfect.
a lot of fun.
Thank you, Mathilde. And you, Marinesh, what does it mean to you to be here on the 40th year of Sonae Contact?
I think it's a major stone, and I'm actually very proud to be part of this journey and to be able to be in this in such important year. The fact is, Contacto is doing 40 years this year, but I think the major thing to stand out is actually it's been evolving along the way. So it exists for 40 years, was something that started in Portugal, but even though it has 40 years, it's really always looking to the future and always looking to different ways to improve, the different ways to do. Even the job shadowing is something we just put in the program 2 years ago. So we're always looking forward to what we can do better, what is the ways we can do in order to attract more people, to make the program even better, even more interesting. So I think it's a really good way to start your path at Sonae, where you have a lot of people that enter into Sonae through Contacto, and I'm sure we're going to have even more in the future. And it's really nice to see the path of the ones that came through Sonae, but I'm even more excited to see the ones that are able to come in and to see what they're going to do after this.
So, as we are closing this session, please feel free. You have our names, and please look for us on LinkedIn. And Mathilde doesn't like it, but no, just kidding. No, you can obviously interact. You can obviously interact and ask questions as well. You obviously already know, but we have our WhatsApp available. We will be there answering your questions. I think it's really, really important that you know that you are supported throughout the program. If you have any doubts about how your application is, obviously someone in our team will answer all of your questions. And for us, it's a real privilege to be here and support this program as well. So thank you, Maria Inês. Thank you, Mathilde, for this moment and for helping us bring forth one of the most amazing programs that we have in Portugal, because supporting young talent is not as easy as it looks. Nowadays, I think this is one of the questions that will be put on the table is most of the tasks that young talent does will be replaced by AI, and companies like Sonae that believe that people still have a role to play are really, really important, because we won't have leaders for the future if they don't learn when they are young. So thank you so much for your bet on young talent. We do believe also in young talent. So will be here for the next 40 years, and probably when we are celebrating the 80th anniversary of Sonae Contacto, I'm sure it will come, because Contacto is a really, really interesting program. And congratulations to all of you. Final words, everyone. What do you want to say to the audience? We have lots of people looking, watching from different platforms. So Instagram of Sonae Young Talent. So if you don't follow Sonae Young Talent, please go there and follow Sonae Young Talent. Also on Facebook, on our own LinkedIn, and also on our YouTube. So thank you so much to all of you that have been with us for this session. And Maria Inês and Mathilde, last words.
Okay, I'm just going to say thank you so much. If you didn't have applied, please do so, and best of luck to all of you during this process.
Yes, I also want to wish the best of luck to everyone applying. I know it's a lot, but it's worth it. And hopefully, in the welcoming day, I will be there to meet you. Thank you.
I'm sure you will, Mathilde.
I
Thank
hope
you so
so.
much. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you soon, shortly, and be on the lookout on your emails. Sometimes the emails go to the spam, so be on the lookout if you receive some information from Sonae or from ourselves. And we'll see you on the next stages. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.